Hello everyone and welcome to another episode of Derp Your Hooves. So I'm going to go ahead and kick off this December with the GKS B-52H or B-52 in Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024. Now let me just tell you that this is not an approved add-on for 2024, not yet. I know that GKS had mentioned something about making it one soon. It is currently supported in 2020, but again, just right now, some driver issues with 2020 instability. So I'm not a big fan of this plane in 2020 on my setup. I'm having some issues, frame stuttering. But in 2024, it's pretty stable. The only downside is, even with a lighting mod, I have to use the red floodlight to see the instrument panel. And this is because this plane hasn't been approved for 2024 yet. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to try just this really quick takeoff and landing in the B-52, and I've cut my fuel down a little bit, which is why it's going to lift off so well, to go ahead and let us know there we go, that it's nice and light and ready to go. So kill our lights and go ahead and bring our gears up. And it may be hard to see some of the animations with it being so dark. And I'm flying at night, and I'm flying at night on purpose. So, just so you know. But here's our gorgeous B-52, and I know it's dark, but we are flying at night.
Derp your Hooves 777. Leaving my airspace, frequency change approved.
Awesome.
Victorville Tower, Derp your Hooves 777, frequency change.
So we're going to bring our flaps up. And we're just going to do a quick go around. Now, because it hasn't been approved for 2024, but if you have it in your hangar, or your whatever you want to call it, for 2020, and you happen to have both sims, it will let you go ahead and fly it in 2024. And well, I will just say that the frame rate is better in 2024 than in 2020. And I've noticed that with a lot of the aircraft, so not sure why, but it seems that 2024 seems to have better frame rates than 2020. And the same driver that you use to fly in 2020 may or may not be compatible with 2024. Depending on what card you have. And I just leave it at that. So today we are in Victorville. We're in the California high desert. We just took off out of the old George Air Force Base, which I'm pretty sure had B-52s take off and land at it because it's real close to Edwards. So we're just going to do something that I have become horrible with. I'm really trying to fly this B-52. And I know that some people love it and some people hate it. And I'm actually really happy that we got a B-52 in the sim. I mean, I think it's a real good thing that we finally have one. I was looking for one. And I know there was, at one point, I think there was a freeware on one of the Microsoft Flight Simulator websites that you could fly in 2020 where it was a port over, and I had it briefly and it was terrible and I got rid of it. Like a lot of some of the free port overs that just don't work. You have them, you like them, and you're just like, well, I mean, someone did go through the effort to port it over, but usually from FSX, but it just doesn't work right with 2024 or 2020. So, could have been another aircraft. But we currently have not had a B-52. And this is the B-52. So anyone who doesn't know what the B-52 is, the B-52 is one of America's workhorse bombers. It's not like the Stealth. It's not like the Lancer. It's actually one of America's, well, the U.S. Air Force's oldest bombers that they plan to keep in service for quite some time. And I would imagine it's also probably because it's most economical and it's not stealthy, but this was one of America's Cold War bombers. And, well, it's still in use today. So if you ever want to look it up and look up the history, it's so rich that I just can't go into detail about all of it. But it's an iconic bomber. And I'm trying to keep this video a little on the short side. So it's great. It flies great. And as I'm discovering, it really is hard to land it. So we're just, oh, and it overspeeds. So we're going to go through the landing here on it. And it does tend to nose down in 2024. And I'm just not sure if this is a 2024 thing because it's not approved. So I don't know much about GKS Studios. I don't know much about most of the third-party studios. But again, I am saying I'm really liking this because it's finally it's a classic Cold War bomber, and not just a Cold War bomber, but something again that's really high. It's in use. I mean, I'm sure there's got to be a few of them flying up right now as we talk. And as you're watching this video, so fun little plane. Well, it's not little. It's actually pretty big. So I have flown it in 2020, and even with all the nifty stuff that I put in, it still seems to lag a little bit in the sim, in the game, whatever you want to call it. And, well, I'm just noticing that the frame rates are great in 2024. So, GKS, if you guys are watching this, I really like this product. And if you could make this, I guess, more compatible for 2024, and if you could also finally put out the manual, because the YouTube videos are great about how to fly the actual B-52, but just a nice manual would be nice. So I'm sure we can all figure it out. My free time again, Pony's free time, has been really restricted, and with the holidays coming up, being that it's December, I'm actually pretty limited to, well, to what I have time for. And I know, to all my viewers, again, you guys make the channel happen. It's just the holidays and work, and I've had some really great things happen this year that have also just kind of made it so that I can't flight sim as much. So as much as I miss flight simming, some really good things have happened on top of some of the really bad things that have happened this year to Pony. And just, it's been a year full of, well, let's just say there's been some really great mixed blessings. And some not so great things, but at the same time, trying to focus on nothing but the positive. So we're just, again, going to do this really quick, and we're going to do it at night. This really quick landing, takeoff and landing here. Now, I really would like to fly it without the red floodlights, but so everyone and every pony, this is what it looks like when an aircraft is not ready for the sim. So if there's anything that you own in the marketplace and all of a sudden the instrument panel lights aren't working, but say it works in 2020 or it worked in a previous version. Well, I will say this. You can always go to the Microsoft Flight Simulator forum, and they have all kinds of posts and stuff there, and articles, and this blah and that blah, and all kinds of stuff for people who may be developers to go ahead and, help develop their products so that they're more compatible with the sim. So we're at 17,000 feet, and we have to bring it down to 2 pony hoof feet, or it's guaranteed that we're going to bounce. And I'm noticing that landing this, I know I've already said it, is really, really, really difficult in 2024. And I think maybe the graphics files are too big for 2020, and that's why it lags. Has a couple of stutters. So, but yes. And horn silence would be great on all the aircraft for 2024, because I know that I'm bringing it in very low and slow so I can hit my approach, because I've glided way too much. So maybe a notch of flaps. And so this is where the B-52 is going to fight me, because it just doesn't want to glide in. Now, I've read up on the stall speed of this, and empty, and right now it is pretty empty and low on fuel. It says that the stall speed's about 65 knots, which I really can't believe that this aircraft literally has a stall speed of 65 knots. I mean, that's just crazy. So we're about 8,000 feet higher than the elevation of the airfield-ish. 7 and change, actually. So 9,000 feet. Let's zoom in here. 9,000 feet. So 2,009 minus 2 is what? About 7. So we're somewhere between 6,700 and so feet too high. And it looks like we're traveling at a little bit over 200 knots. So I'm kind of afraid to give it too much flaps, because it seems to not like that. And then if you play with the pitch too much, I mean, it just doesn't glide in. And I'm not complaining. I'm just noting that it's really a difficult airplane to land. And maybe it's a really difficult airplane to land in real life. So right now it's just plummeting towards the Earth at over 200 knots with no speed breaks up and 1 or 2 notches of flaps. And if I hit too hard, and I just can't see the runway, if I hit too hard, then I'm gonna pony bounce on my scary pony landing, which is not what I want. And I'm already too high, so let's just nose her down, get some airspeed up, because clearly I'm coming in too high, and I am gonna pony bounce, but then I need to add some throttle because she just does not like to glide at all. And there's our runway. Long, extra long runway. And we're gonna come in and see on this really long runway. I'm hoping that maybe maybe I can stick this landing finally. But I'm going at 250 knots, so I'm not so sure if I can. Okay. Yeah, I got a feeling I'm going to pony bounce this thing. Yep. Up, there's the pony bounce. And another pony bounce. Alright, see, that's a absolutely terrible landing, but... And we got that up, we got this up. Our drag chute. Drag chute's out, deployed. Now, without the drag chute, this airplane takes forever to come to a complete stop, even on a long runway. I mean, look, it's still rolling. But, so, minus the 2 bounces, that's actually probably one of the better landings. And I'm still going. And the one thing I could have done is I could have put some thrust reversers in. Probably would have helped. Which I actually just put in. That usually helps. So, there you have it. That's a really quick, really, really bad pony landing in the GKS B-52, and I'm still rolling. Maybe some parking brake will make it come to a stop. This thing does not want to stop rolling. All right, well. So, and we're just going to get rid of the drag chute. And there we go, it's gone. So, there you have it. I'm liking the airplane, believe it or not. I'm really enjoying trying to fly it. Now, mastering the landing is, well, that's just something I've got to work on. So, really, it's not an incredibly expensive airplane. I don't think that you can purchase it in the marketplace for 2024. You can buy it in 2020, and for everyone who's not having stuttering issues and stuff in 2020, well, you know, then you will thoroughly, if you like big, heavy, old aircraft, it's fun. It's fun to fly. Alrighty. We're just going to park it here in the engine testing area. No need to go all the way to the ramp. So, there you go. This is the B-52 Stratofortress by GKS Studios, Golden Key Studios. Right now, as far as I know, it's the only official B-52 that's out there. And it is. That's a B-52. Comes in 3 liveries. Right now, no one else has made any third-party liveries for it. And we're actually just going to sloppily park it right here. And I know it's nighttime, so maybe it might be hard to see this video. Hopefully not. So here you have it, my nighttime flight in the B-52. This is actually the second version that they, Dragon's Growl, have put out for the sim. Now if I were to go and show you in daytime mode, let's just do that really quick. There we go, see? It's like having the power of God at your hands. I changed it from night to day. And so then you can see it during the daytime. And I kind of like this red and gray livery. Probably one of the more mellow of the liveries. If anyone out there is a livery maker and they want to make some extra ones, hey, that's great. I just don't have time. I fidgeted with it a little bit, and it seems to be a mystery. Another one of the 2024 mysteries that even with the KTX2 exporter tool that's out there that you can get. Some of the other aircraft work, and some of them just don't like to take the right files. So here you go. If you want to have fun with the B-52, if you're a big fan of commercial airliners and you don't like little planes, and you're a military kind of person, well, here you go, B-52. So I'm going to say, as always, thank you for watching Derp Your Hooves. Supporters, subscribers, you make the channel happen. So always feel free to like, share, and subscribe to Derp Your Hooves. And I want to say to everyone and every pony, thanks for watching Derp Your Hooves. And I look forward to seeing you guys in the skies.